From the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, it's time for Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl.
Hello and welcome to another great episode of Bergstrom's State Line Quiz Bowl. I'm your host, Greg Peterson. We have two teams for you today that were taken out by Belvedere schools last year. I believe Auburn, who won the championship in each of their first 7 seasons, lost to Belvedere, and South Beloit last year. I think it was Belvedere North for you guys. But let's meet this year's teams because it's a fresh batch of players. Luke, you're the Auburn captain. Let's meet you and your team.
I'm Luke, captain of Auburn. On my left is Mahi, on my near right is Jamie, and on my far right is Ben.
Welcome. And over on the South Beloit side, that's Annabelle. Let's meet your team.
My name's Annabelle. I'm the team captain. To my right is Marcos. To my far left is Aiden. And to my left is Josiah.
Welcome to you as well. We know how this works by now. We start with the buzz-in round, which is sponsored by Rockford University. Fingers on buzzers. Here we go. Baseball stars Stan Musial and Albert Pujols both started their careers with what MLB team that now plays in Busch Stadium? Luke.
The Cardinals?
Is right, and in time. That's 10. What type of food, which in Dutch is called aardappel, is eaten by 5 peasants sitting around a table in a painting by Vincent van Gogh? Jamie.
Potatoes.
Yes. What novel in which Father Mapple gives a sermon? That's Jamie.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick, great buzz there. The Regency era describes the later part of the reign of what British king who suffered from a debilitating mental illness beginning in the 7th? Luke.
George II?
Incorrect. I will finish, I guess, the word, in the 1780s. Aiden?
George III.
George III is right. What metal is combined with cadmium in some rechargeable batteries, is found with iron in the Earth's core, and is still used in, that's Luke.
Nickel?
In its namesake coins, that's 10. The satyr-like god Pan was a resident of what region in the Peloponnese, whose name became a byword for pristine wilderness? Luke?
Arcadia?
Nice job, that's right. In what country was General Juan Jose Zuniga arrested on live television after a failed June 2024 coup against President Luis Arce in La Paz? That's Luke.
Bolivia?
Is correct. Torque is the rotational analog of what quantity? That's Luke.
Force?
It's force. I was going to give you the change in momentum or impulse over time there. What author of Institutes of the Christian Religion preached the doctrine of predestination while working, Luke?
Calvin?
John Calvin. What religion, whose main branches are the Digambara and Svetambara, that's Jamie?
Jainism.
Jainism. Heavily nonviolent religion. What Russian scientist correctly predicted the properties of gallium years before its discovery and is credited with, that's Ben?
Mendeleev?
Yes, Mendeleev. He predicted the properties by creating the periodic table. In mathematics, what property of a set is simply a measure of its size, and for a finite set is just the number of elements? Luke?
Cardinality?
Is correct. Nice job. In what country was Ismail Haniyeh, a leader of Hamas, assassinated in 2024? Luke?
Iran?
Yes, he was Palestinian, but in Iran, yeah. What group, which infiltrated a secret society called the Molly Maguires, was the leading anti-labor detective agency in 19th century? That's Luke?
The Pinkertons?
The Pinkertons. What author wrote about Jenkin, a former clerk who becomes the 5th husband of the wife of Bath, in a story collection that is Jamie?
Chaucer.
Geoffrey Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales. In April 2024, California implemented a law requiring that all workers in what specific industry make at least $20?
Fast food?
Fast food will do it. What curves, pieces of which are used to approximate integrals in Simpson's rule, have eccentricity of 1 and are exemplified by the graphs of, Ben?
Parabola?
I hadn't said the word quadratic yet. You're right. What country's music label, Big Hit Records, released the 2023 songs Like Crazy and Seven, whose lead performers Jimin and Jung... That's Jamie.
South Korea.
South Korea, that's a K-pop question. And that is the end of the round. Auburn off to a blazing start with 170, but South Beloit on the board, and we've got more Quiz Bowl coming up right after this. And welcome back to State Line Quiz Bowl. We are off to a flyer here. While Auburn is out to a lead, I can say that 18 out of 18 questions were answered correctly in that round. We did not, as a group, let anything past us or even get anything wrong. That's something to be proud of. Our volleyball round will be next, but before we get there, I'd like to thank our judge today, which is Michelle Markham, the Public Information Officer for the Rockford Police Department. Michelle, thank you for your help today and making sure everything's on the up and up. Let's play this volleyball round. We know they're teamwork questions. We know I need all the answers coming from the captains. And we know that Auburn gets the first question. Auburn, what painting, named for the style of the top window of the Dibble House, depicts a couple whose husband is holding a pitchfork and is by Grant Wood?
Gothic.
Yes. South Beloit, what most commonly used noun in the English language also names a magazine that in 2023 selected Taylor Swift as its Person of the Year?
Time.
Yes. Auburn, what billionaire who has pushed for higher taxes on billionaires is the CEO of holding company Berkshire Hathaway and is called the Oracle of Omaha?
Warren Buffett.
Is correct. South Beloit, the satirical poems Macflecknoe and Absalom and Achitophel were written by what author who in 1666 became England's first poet laureate?
Faust.
Sorry, no, that one's John Dryden. Tough one there. Auburn, what island indented by the Gulf of Paria is the southernmost of the West Indies, is off the coast of Venezuela, and forms a republic with Tobago?
Trinidad.
If you didn't know before that, that giveaway helps. South Beloit, what painting, which shows a pensive old man holding his son's corpse on a piece of floating wood in the ocean, is by Theodore Géricault?
Pass.
It's the Raft of the Medusa. Auburn, what home country of early modern architect Inigo Jones contains Gothic-style religious buildings such as Salisbury Cathedral and Westminster Abbey?
Just Britain, yeah. The UK.
That's one of like 3 different things I could take, yes. South Beloit, what novel whose protagonist banters with Lady Narborough and woos actress Sybil Vane describes ugly changes undergone by the title painting?
Pass.
That's the picture of Dorian Gray, the painting ages and he doesn't. Auburn, in 1939, what Soviet foreign minister agreed to divide Poland through a non-aggression pact signed with his Nazi counterpart Joachim von Ribbentrop?
Molotov.
Yes. South Beloit, in what state did Wesley Bell win a 2024 primary against Congresswoman Cori Bush, a member of the squad who had criticized Israel's war in Gaza?
California.
Missouri, actually. Auburn, what country, whose past presidents include former soccer player George Weah, has its capital at Monrovia and was founded by freed American slaves?
Liberia.
That's right. South Beloit, what second vice president of Grover Cleveland shares his name with his grandson, an Illinois governor who lost 2 elections to Dwight D. Eisenhower?
Pass.
That is Adlai Stevenson. I believe also the namesake of a school that has appeared on this competition before. That is the end of the round. South Beloit now with 20, Auburn with 230, and it's now time for the Bergstrom bonus question, so we'll see you in a moment.
Born Aubrey Graham, which Canadian-born rapper made headlines this past summer following a nasty feud with Kendrick Lamar?
And welcome back to Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl. We've got either higher stakes or lower stakes here. I don't know which, because this next question, the Bergstrom bonus question, is not for points. It's for pizza and pasta from Salamoni's Italian restaurant. 1 question on the buzzer. Winner gets a pizza and pasta party. Here we go. Born Aubrey Graham, which Canadian-born rapper made headlines this past summer? That is Jamie.
Drake.
Drake is correct. I was about to start cluing the feud he had with Kendrick Lamar, which don't look up until you're way older, I think would be a way to put it. Congratulations, Auburn. You've got a pizza and pasta party coming your way. And everybody at home has a batch of commercials coming their way. See you in a moment. And welcome back. It is time for the lightning round, which means that we're going to have 100 possible points coming each of your way. So there's a lot of movement still here. The lightning round is powered, as always, by IBEW Nika. South Beloit, you're going to have your first pick here. So would you like Australia, French arts, or TA words with TA in quotation marks?
Ta words.
TA words. I'm going to need you to give me these words that end with the consecutive letters TA, and each time I'm going to tell you the number of letters in the word. Okay? I need all the answers coming from the captain. Auburn being paying attention because you can steal anything they miss. 10 questions, 60 seconds. Here we go. The second letter of the Greek alphabet, 4 letters.
Beta.
Yes. An afternoon nap, 6 letters.
Siesta.
Yes. A broad sweeping view, 5 letters.
Pass.
The largest blood vessel in humans, 5 letters.
Aorta.
Yes. Someone whose job is making coffee, 7 letters.
Barista.
Yes. Genre of Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado, 8 letters.
Pass.
Deep red-purple color, 7 letters.
Magenta.
Yes. 3-part achievement, 8 letters.
Trifesta.
Yes. Musical symbol meaning to hold a note, 7 letters.
Vermata.
Louder.
Vermata.
Yes. Fabric made from silk used in many prom dresses, 7 letters. And we're out of time there. But you got 7 of those. So 3 more coming your way, Auburn. You've got 30 seconds if you need it. Again, all of these words end in a consecutive TA, and I'm always giving you the number of letters. Here we go. Broad sweeping view, 5 letters.
Vista.
Yes. Genre of Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado, 8 letters.
Pass.
Fabric made from silk used in many prom dresses, 7 letters.
Those are the only 2 left. Pass.
Genre of Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado, out of time. So you picked up one of the ones that they left with Vista. The remaining 2, Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado, it's a light opera, but that also makes it an operetta. Oh. And then that fabric in prom dresses is taffeta. So a couple tough ones there, but South Beloit with 7, Auburn with 1, and Auburn now with its own pick. Luke, are you guys going to go with Australia or French arts?
French arts, please.
Okay. I need you to name me the French creators of these works of visual art and music. 10 questions, 60 seconds. The paintings Luncheon on the Grass and Olympia.
Manet.
Yes. The suite Carnival of the Animals.
Cesson.
Yes. The paintings The Card Players and Mont Sainte-Victoire.
Pass.
The orchestral work Symphonie Fantastique.
Debussy. Debussy.
No. The painting The Dance Class and the sculpture Little Dancer, aged 14.
Rodin.
No. The painting A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte.
It's the pointillist guy. Seurat.
Yes. The orchestral work Bolero and an orchestral arrangement of
Ravel.
picture. Yes. The paintings Et in Arcadia Ego and A Dance to the Music of Time.
Pass.
The painting A Burial at Ornans.
Pass.
The opera Carmen.
Brady.
No, that's Italian.
Time, I'm afraid. So you got 4 of those for 40. And as soon as I figure out which 6 it is, I found them. You've got 6 coming your way, South Beloit. Again, name the French creators of these works of visual art or music. 30 seconds. Here we go. The paintings The Card Players and Mont Sainte-Victoire.
Pass.
The orchestral work Symphonie Fantastique.
Pass.
The painting The Dance Class and the sculpture Little Dancer aged 14.
Pass.
The paintings Et in Arcadia Ego and A Dance to the Music of Time.
Pass.
The painting A Burial at Ornal.
Pass.
The opera Carmen.
Bizet.
Yes. The paintings The Card Players and Mont Sainte-Victoire.
Pass.
The orchestral work Symphony, and we are out of time. But you passed your way in to get the Carmen question on Georges Bizet, and you got it, so nice job. That's 40 for Auburn and 10 for South Beloit, which means we now have 2 teams in triple digits and a final showdown coming up after this. And welcome back to State Line Quiz Bowl. It's time for the final challenge, which is brought to you by Mercy Health. Final challenge is totally on the buzzer, and every single question is worth 20 points, meaning though it is a 180-point margin here, we are still in the balance. Good luck, both teams. Here we go. Karst topography is most commonly found, Jamie.
Caves.
Sorry, no. Is most commonly found by dissolving what sedimentary rock, which makes up chalk and consists of the minerals aragonite and calcite? Time, that one's limestone. Sorry. What fibrous mineral was once widely used as insulation, but has been phased out as it has been linked to cancers such as, Luke?
Asbestos.
Say again?
Asbestos.
Yes. And you saved me from having to say mesothelioma. What grandfather of Irad, whom according to Genesis 4 was exiled to the land of Nod, was cursed by God, that is Luke?
Cain.
Is correct. What 1803 court case concerned the Jefferson administration's refusal, Jamie?
Marbury v. Madison.
Good buzz, that's right. What leader who collaborated with a southern neighbor on Kaesong Industrial Park was referred to as Dear Leader and until 2011 led North Korea? Luke?
Kim Il-sung.
No, sorry. South Beloit with a chance to buzz if you want it. It's the one in the middle, it's Kim Jong-il. What 7-volume novel, whose narrator recalls early memories while drinking tea and eating a madeleine, was written by French author Marcel Proust? Time. That's called In Search of Lost Time. Folks at home might remember it as Remembrance of Things Past. It's the same thing. What industrial process named for a German chemist, that's Jamie.
Bessemer process?
Sorry, no. Named for a German chemist, reacts nitrogen and hydrogen at high pressure to create ammonia. Josiah.
Distillation?
Sorry, no, that one's the Haber process. Next question. What poet, who was called deep-browed in a John Keats sonnet praising translator George Chapman, was supposedly a blind bard who wrote the Odyssey? Luke.
Homer.
Yes. In 2012, James Cameron piloted a craft to reach what point in the Mariana? That's Josiah. Sorry, time. In the Mariana Trench, the deepest known point of Earth's seabed. Ben? Oh. Yes, Challenger Deep. I feel like you were probably saying Mariana right when you buzzed, yeah. What southern state where Fannie Lou Hamer founded its Freedom Democratic Party is where 14-year-old Emmett Till was lynched in its Delta region? That is Luke.
Mississippi.
Is correct. And that's the game. So congratulations. That's an incredibly round score. Auburn 400 is very impressive. You should be proud, and we'll see you again in a couple months. South Beloit ran into a buzzsaw, but got yourself into triple digits yourself. So it's been a pleasure having you. Hope to see you next season, and we'll see you all next week.